What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'm doing race 6 for the 2023 Coca-Cola 600. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This weekend is the biggest weekend of motorsports in 2023. You're going to have the Monaco Grand Prix in the morning, you're going to have Indy 500 in the late morning, early afternoon, and then, of course, you're going to finish the day with the Coca-Cola 600 in the late afternoon to the end of the evening. Should be really, really fun and really exciting. We're also racing on a 1.5-mile racetrack, which has provided some really awesome and great racing so far in 2022 and also in 2023. So now let's go ahead and jump into picks. Before we go and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So weather this weekend really is not looking too promising at the moment. It's going to be 67 degrees as a high with 58 degrees as a low, with right now, unfortunately, a 70% chance of rain. Keep in mind there's still time for the weather to change, but it's not looking too promising. Hopefully the weather does improve over the next couple days. So now, let's go ahead and jump into the picks. For those who are new to the channel, here's how picks work on the channel. For the Cup Series, I do 2 suck picks, 2 drivers I expect to struggle this weekend. 2 underdog picks, 2 drivers who are really, really good in under fun equipment, who have been really, really doing good in under fun equipment. And I do my winners pick, the driver I think is going to win. And then I do the drivers you need to watch out for this weekend. And I got 5 drivers you need to watch out for along with the winner. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. Who are my suck picks for the Coca-Cola 600? My first suck pick for the Coca-Cola 600 is the driver of the 14 car for Stewart-Haas Racing, Chase Briscoe. Chase Briscoe, the last few weeks, has absolutely struggled. I know he had a really good run in the All-Star race, but the last couple points paying races, Chase Briscoe has fired off horrendously. Stewart-Haas Racing has been struggling with their fire-off speed in 2023. And that's been the thing that's been killing Chase Briscoe. The thing that can help Chase Briscoe is the fact that this is a long race, and he almost won this race last year. But I still think that they don't really have a lot of good fire-off speed currently at the moment right now. And sadly, I think they're going to struggle this weekend in the Coca-Cola 600 and finish outside the top 25 and lose that final playoff spot that they currently hold. My second suck pick for this weekend is a driver's 16 car for Kaulig Racing, AJ Allmendinger. Coming into this year, I really thought AJ Allmendinger was going to perform a lot better than he has. And sadly, in 2023, outside of finishing, I believe, around the top 10 at Circuit of the Americas, which we know he's going to run good at road courses, he has completely struggled in the Cup Series this season, as Kaulig Racing has taken a lot of steps backwards in the 2023 season. I sadly think that AJ is not going to have a good run this week, and I think he's going to finish outside the top 20. They should be doing a lot better, and they're clearly not up to speed and not up to par currently at the moment. I think AJ Allmendinger is going to struggle this weekend in the Coke 600. And now we'll go ahead and jump on to the underdog picks for the Coca-Cola 600. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend is a driver's 6 car for RFK Racing, Brad Keselowski. Brad Keselowski has been one of the most impressive drivers so far in the 2023 season. If you go back from 2022 to 2023, it's been night and day. Brad Keselowski is currently sitting the playoffs right now at this moment. It's been due to having a lot of great runs, not just on short tracks, but the bigger tracks as well. He's been really good on the 1.5-mile racetracks, has been performing in a really good position. I think Brad Keselowski's got a shot at potentially being an underdog to win this race. RFK's been really fast this year. They've shown some great pace. They've shown some great speed, and I think they're going to be easy threats and have a really good shot to get the victory this weekend. I think Keselowski will have a shot to maybe get a top 5 this weekend in the Coke 600. My second underdog pick for this weekend in the Coke 600 is a driver of the 3 car for Rich Schultz Racing, Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon, let's be honest, has struggled so far in 2023. And I think a lot of that has to do with his current crew chief, Keith Rodden. If you ask me, Keith Rodden is probably one of the worst crew chiefs currently in the NASCAR Cup Series at this particular moment. But I go back to this race last year, and Austin Dillon performed very, very well in this race. It was about 1 lap away from winning the Coke 600 in 2022, making an incredible bonsai move that nearly ended up working and nearly stealing the victory in the Coke 600. I think Austin Dillon's going to have a really good run this weekend, not just based off of luck, but I think Austin Dillon, who's also, of course, won the Coke 600, I really think he's going to be really, really fast. I think he's going to be really, really quick, and I think he'll contend for at least the top 10 this weekend in the 2023 Coca-Cola 600. And now we're going ahead and jump on the winner's pick for the 2023 Coca-Cola 600. Who is my race winner's pick? My race winner pick is a driver who just most recently won the All-Star race this past week, the driver of the 5 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Kyle Larson. I'm starting to feel like we're about to have a repeat of 2021. You go back to 2021, Kyle Larson had one win in the first 14 or 15 races, but he also won the All-Star race before the Coke 600. If history is to repeat itself, I think Kyle Larson is about to go on a tear. He's already scored 2 wins this year, and you look at how fast he's been on the mile and a half this year and how quick he's been recently. You go back to Kansas, was very close to winning, basically got beat in a last lap battle with Denny Hamlin and got put in the outside wall, though it kind of was his fault because he got loose. Then you go to Darlington, gets taken out by Ross Chastain. Dover basically is in contention to win up front at least early and gets taken out by Ross Chastain by getting into Brennan Poole. He has been very, very quick and really fast. And I think Kyle Larson is the championship favorite currently at the moment. So I think he is going to end up winning the Coke 600 2023 and get his third victory of the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series season. I think he's going to win this weekend in Charlotte. And now let's go ahead and jump on to the ones you need to watch out for this weekend. Who are the drivers I'm keeping my eyes out on? The first driver you should watch out for is one that I normally do not pick for one to watch. But the first guy I'm picking is a driver 23 car for 2311 Racing, Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace has been extremely fast on the mile and a half this season. He finished 4th at Las Vegas, finished 4th at Kansas, and ended up almost winning at Darlington as well. And if you go back to the last 6 races, Bubba Wallace only had one finish outside the top 12, and that was a crash at Talladega going for the victory. I think 2311 Racing is really starting to get into their own, and they're starting to come into their own, and I think Bubba Wallace has an easy shot. He almost was my pick going for the Coke 600 because of how fast they've been at the mile and a half, but I think Bubba Wallace is going to get another top 5 and extend the gap he has over the cutoff line, and I think he's going to be a contender this weekend in the Coke 600. The second driver you need to watch out for is a driver of the 9 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott has not finished worse than, I think, 11th or 12th since coming back from his injury. He has been extremely consistent in that number 9 car since his return from his injury. Plus, we've seen how fast Hendrick cars have gotten, and I feel Chase Elliott is starting to get better and better and better. I'm not saying he's going to end up winning, but I think he's easily going to be a contender for the victory. He's an easy driver that you absolutely are going to have to watch out for with Hendrick Motorsports, and I think Chase Elliott does have a really good chance and a really good shot at making up a lot of points because he's 63 points below the cutoff line currently at the moment, and I think Chase Elliott will have a shot to get a good run and contend for the victory. A third driver to watch out for this weekend is a driver of the 1 car for Trackhouse Racing, Ross Chastain. It seems like every week Ross Chastain is up front. He's been really quick, one of the most consistent drivers, one of the drivers who is currently leading the playoffs at this moment, the playoff standings, by being the regular season points leader. And if the regular season points were in today, Ross Chastain would be the driver who would get 15 extra playoff points. Chastain as a driver has also been really strong on the mile and a half this year, though not as strong as the Hendrick Motorsports cars and the 2311 cars. That being said, I think Ross Chastain is going to be a really, really big contender, and he might be able to finally get that first win in 2023. I think Chastain will be a contender to win the Coca-Cola 600. The fourth driver to watch out for the Coca-Cola 600 is the driver of the 99 car for Trackhouse Racing, Daniel Suarez. Daniel Suarez has kind of struggled over the last 5 or 6 weeks, or really in general last 7 or 8 weeks, but he started off the year really, really good. And I go back to this race last year. Daniel Suarez was a contender for the victory and probably had the best car in the Coke 600 in 2022 before crashing out after basically getting in, I think, Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher ended up flipping upside down. I think Daniel Suarez is going to have a shot to get the victory. I think Chevy and Trackhouse especially are going to be really, really quick. They're going to be very, very fast, and I think Daniel Suarez could have a good chance to get it done. I think he'll contend at least for a top 5 and potentially a victory in the Coke 600. And now we're going to jump on to the last driver you need to watch out for, and it's the driver of the 11 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin has been very, very quick and very, very fast. Outside of Darlington, where Denny Hamlin obviously did not have a really good car in that race, he's been really, really quick recently, and they've been stronger on the mile and a half, especially as of recently. Denny Hamlin, like I said, is also defending winner of the Coca-Cola 600. So I think that Joe Gibbs Racing is going to bring a lot of really great cars. I think they're going to easily be a contending team, and I think the 11 car has a really good shot to win the 2023 Coca-Cola 600. I think he's got a shot to get it done. So, those are my race picks for the 2023 Coca-Cola 600. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Chase Briscoe, AJ Allmendinger. My underdog picks are Brad Keselowski, Austin Dillon. My winner's pick is Kyle Larson. And the ones to watch are Bubba Wallace, Chase Elliott, Ross Chastain, Daniel Suarez, and Denny Hamlin. Those are my race picks. So, that is going to be it for the Race 6 video for the 2023 Coca-Cola 600. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Link description below with that, and comment your picks below for this week in Coca-Cola 600. Let me know your 2 suck picks, let me know your 2 underdog picks, and let me know who thinks is going to win, and let me know drivers you're watching now for the 2023 Coca-Cola 600. Tomorrow on the channel, we have a NASCAR news video that's going to drop early in the morning if there's enough NASCAR news to cover. Then later in the evening, we're going to have the Truck Series race review from Charlotte. Then if the weather's able to hold off, we'll have a NASCAR Xfinity Series race review. And of course, if the weather's able to hold off for the Coke 600, there'll be a race review on Sunday. If not, if it gets pushed to Monday, we'll have the race review then. Hopefully the weather can cooperate this weekend so we can have some great racing, because the mile-and-a-half racing has been outstanding with the next-gen car. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.